Right. Hey,
Hi,
Kenardo.
morning everybody. Morning.
Hi. Hi. I like your little throat thing going on
Yeah,
there. All right,
Thank you,
guys. Let
Paula.
me let me take away myself.
All right, Kenardo, it is so great to have you on. And I am going to shamelessly plug that Kenardo is one of our Digital Jamaica people to watch for 2021. Happy to have you here with us, Kenardo.
it's a pleasure to be here finally.
All right. So we've been talking about it so far, and so many of us as Jamaicans can remember and can relate to playing ABC fast or slow at school. So, what was the motivation behind you actually creating the ABC fast or slow game? Hi, Kenardo. All right. I think that we're having some technical difficulties.
Oh
Kenardo, can you
no.
hear me? All right. So, guys, from what we've ascertained and from what we know, um, the ABC Faster Slow game is actually an app that's available. I know I can access it on Android.
Kenardo, are you back?
Yes, I'm having some difficulties at the moment, but I think I heard the question. What was the motivation behind creating the game?
Yes.
Do we have the time? How much time do we really have
You
this
have
morning?
one. You have 1 minute to answer this
When
question.
the motivation, what actually happened, was
Yeah.
back in 2016, I had a New Year's resolution list, as most people have at the end of the year. So I
Mm-hmm.
decided that on that list, I said that I wanted to create a mobile game.
Mm-hmm.
And the mobile game that I actually came up with was ABC Fast or So. The reason being, I'm not really strong on the graphics area, and I believe that the ABC Fast or Slow will be an easy game for me to accomplish. So that
Yeah.
was the motivation, the idea for that game. But by the end of January, I totally forgot about that game. I totally forgot about it. The resolution was over. I snapped back to doing what I was doing. But what had actually happened was I saw a post on Instagram from Miss Kitty.
Yeah.
Miss Kitty posted a throwback Thursday picture. Who remember playing this game? Who
Yeah.
remember playing this game? And it was that ABC Fast or Slow game. And I read through some of the comments. And I saw where a person was saying that they still play the game. I saw where a teacher was saying that she actually introduced this game to a fellow teacher somewhere in Europe. So I immediately went back and started researching how I can get this game done.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
2017.
Absolutely love it. So I know it's available on Android. Is it available on iOS as well, or just for Android users for now?
It's no man, it's available on Android and iOS as well. Both
Love
platforms.
it, love it. So when you were developing the app, what were some of the challenges that you found, and like how did you navigate those challenges?
All right. The number one challenge I found was just how to get it done initially. That was the main challenge. What development tools I would have to use to get it done. But how I overcame,
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
were
go
saying?
ahead. No man, go ahead.
Yeah. But how I really overcame that problem was going to YouTube and searching for other game developers. There's a lot of YouTube channels that is dedicated just to game developers. So anybody who wants to learn to develop any game, they can find, whether 2D or 3D games, you can find somebody on YouTube doing it. So that's where I went first.
Mm-hmm. So you use the YouTube to help to teach you how to build and move forward with the game development.
That's right.
All right. So what is your regular outside of this? What's your background? So we have a bit of context.
All right. I went to UTech, big up Skit. So software is my background. I studied software at UTech. So I've been in software and I also teach part-time as well. So I'm a
What do
teacher,
you teach?
part of computer science and
Okay.
information technology and
Okay.
programming as well.
Okay, all right. So you do have a bit of a IT/ technical background, and so
Correct.
you teach a bit, and the other outside of the game, the other thing is you said mention software, but what kind of software?
Well, for point of sale system for companies, and I used to work at
Ah,
a software development company that involved in school management systems.
okay, okay, all right. So in terms, so you kind of said it's you teach. So how all of your experiences and stuff kind of come together, with um, you learning and pulling the skills together to create this game?
Wow. I must say it wasn't easy for me. It actually the
Mm-hmm.
process actually started 2017, but the game was published 2020. So you can see that it's a year, 2 years before from initial stage to actually publishing the game. So it
Yeah,
was just a gradual process, teaching myself, making mistakes
yeah,
as well, a lot of consultation as well, because I didn't make the game in isolation, right? So I had a small group of persons that I would consult with what they think about this from their perspective. Other developers, a co-worker of mine at the time created a popular game, and he was one of my motivation as well.
yeah,
So I used to speak with him as well. So it wasn't done in isolation. Even for the game, the look and feel of the game was done by a good friend of mine, Kerry Dale, over there in Canada. She's an interior industrial design expert
yeah.
from Jamaica as well. So she assisted with the look and the feel of the game and said, no, that would be better. So a lot of that was done as well.
All right. So, since you taught yourself how to do this, what sort of advice would you share with somebody? A lot of the persons in the conversation we're talking about and asking questions and stuff. For somebody who is looking to create a game for the first time, what are some things that you would advise that you would share with them?
First advice, I would say choose a simple game. I would
Yeah.
say don't be too ambitious on your first attempt because what can happen, you might get frustrated and give up on the project. So choose a simpler game and start simple and gradually progress.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. So,
that's the advice I would give them.
mhm. And allow yourself that time to kind of iterate and grow and come again.
Exactly.
Because FIFA never became FIFA just so, and all of these games that we
No,
play, the original version, if you go back there,
that's
yeah,
true. That's true.
yeah, there's been a lot of development to carry to where it is now. So, question: have you been able to monetize ABC fast or slow in any way as yet? We're
Boy,
asking the
money.
heavy, we're heavy hitting.
Yeah. Heavy questions, But it's
Yeah.
a very good question. So persons who are interested in these games need to know the actual truth about game development. Of
Yes.
course,
Yes.
you have some unicorn games that comes out and it's an immediate hit, some after 2 years. But for ABC, currently it's not really making a lot of money per se. Right now,
What?
and I expected that as well. So building the game, I didn't expect it just to take off and I would be rich and set for life. So I know that because the type of game it is, so it's a real time multiplayer game. So you play it in real time. So it requires a lot of users to be on the system at any one time.
Yeah.
So it's not making a lot of money. It's some cents, literally some cents per month at this point in time.
Okay.
Just cents.
Yeah, but at least there is something, and there is a hope or an ability for you to kind of leverage and increase. And you may want to talk to somebody like a Racine to see how some
Yes,
additional marketing support and stuff can get. Uh,
definitely.
But in terms of getting your game actually on the Google Play Store and on iOS, what was that process like? Was it easy, or was it something that took a lot of like navigation and
All
hurdles?
right. So to be a developer, Google developer, you pay a
Hmm.
one-time subscription fee, a lifetime fee of $20. So
Okay.
you pay that $20, you can publish as much game as you want to the
Hmm.
Google Play Store.
Yeah.
On the other hand, to be a Apple app developer, you pay $100 every year. So it's an annual subscription.
Yeah.
So it's more difficult to get on the Apple App Store than the Google Play Store. It's when somebody really test it and they point out the areas that you should improve. So I really appreciate that from the Apple perspective, Apple App Store perspective, because they really improve the game and the quality of the game. But for the Google Play
Okay.
Store, it's easier to get on the Google Play Store.
Right. Right. Okay. And in terms of the response, though, and the kind of take up, the downloads and stuff that you've seen, what's that response been like from the public?
Wow, I must say, big up to the Jamaicans, because based on the statistics of the game
Hmm.
currently on the Google Play Store has over 4,000 downloads on the Google Play Store.
Woot,
It's
woot,
getting close
woot,
to the
woot.
yeah, it's getting close to the 5,000 mark. And based on the
Hmm.
data, most 88% of the downloads is from Jamaica. So most of the downloads is from Jamaica. On the Apple
Yeah.
App Store side, it's about 1,000 plus downloads, and still most of the downloads is still from Jamaica. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy that Jamaicans are actually playing this game.
Yeah. All right. And what's next for Kenardo? Are you going to be doing ABC Faster so 2.0? You're moving on to another popular game we used to play. What's next on the agenda?
I'm glad you mentioned that, because if you open ABC Fast Store now, you'll see that it's not completed, especially the offline multiplayer game is yet to be done. So what's next? I'm going to complete the game. Yeah, the game is not complete. They complete the game, add some more features. One of the comments or the feedback I always get is that the categories are too limited. So I'm going to add some more categories in the game as well too. And I also hear the language localization. That's a big deal. So I'm not finished with the game as yet. I see where it can be improved, and I will complete it. I saw somebody, one of your guests a while ago, saying that the hardest thing is to complete the game. And that is
Yes.
true, actually. Completing the game is the hardest part of the game. But
Yeah.
you still have to put it out there to get a feedback. Because if I was waiting to complete the game, I would not be here today
Yes. Yes. If you waited for everything to be perfect.
to be
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, I totally understand that. And that goes for creators overall. And let me just say, you have two wonderful persons with beautiful voices. I don't know how much further you're looking. But Kenardo, how can people find ABC faster? So I mentioned a couple stuff. How can people access, contact you? Let us know how people can get the app and how they can reach the ABC Fast or Slow team.
All right. Just before that, I just wanted to say shout out to my brother, Chris Cars. He's the actual person, the gameplay sound that you hear, the audio sound. He was the composer and the creator of that, the in-game sounds. So big him up as well, Chris Cars. The game you can get it on the Google Play Store. Search for ABC Faster, so the Google Play Store. Also on the Apple App Store, Google ABC Fast or Slow, or the official website, www.abcfasterslow.com. You can contact me through
Love it.
those mediums.
Absolutely, absolutely love it. And it shows too you're having a complete ecosystem, your website, your apps, and even some social media. So we absolutely love to see it, Kenardo. And we're here to encourage you to continue and do those other iterations. And for everybody who never know, I have an ABC fast or slow. I have an app and you can play and you can share with your family who gone overseas with your friends for that
Anywhere in the world, anywhere in the world.
anywhere that they are, to have that kind of group activity, that fun, that games evening. You can even do it virtually. Thank you so much, Kenardo, for joining us on the Digital Jamaica Live show. Always a pleasure to talk
It's
with
a
you.
pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, Monique.
Love it. Love it.